to tonight and what we saw. First of all, Richie, the Croatia goal. I mean, your thoughts on this? I mean, was it deserved of them to come back into the game?
I think overall, I think you'd have to look at that result as being the fair one. Both teams did enough to get a point, but not enough to win it, really. This is a quick free kick early on in the second half, and Perisic is then left one-on-one. Does really well. He had started the game on the right-hand side. They switch him to the left. You can see he is onside. Soufal there is left one-on-one and just loses his footing at the crucial moment, which just invites Perisic to do what he did. But we didn't see enough of this quick thinking or attack-minded play from Croatia at all in this first half. We saw more of it in the second half. You can see a moment here. Just loses his footing. Soufal there. Can't do anything about it at that point. You could probably question the goalkeeper as well. Could have been a bit quicker with his reflexes to parry that out.
Good strike, though.
It was really good strike. Really good play. It's better from Croatia, but we still haven't seen enough from them in those two games to think that they're the Croatia of reputation that they built up in the last few years.
You know we love a good stat, and Perisic now has he's the first Croatian to score in 4 separate tournaments. He scored in the 2014 World Cup, Euro 2016, 2018 World Cup, and today that is some achievement, isn't it?
It is. It's superb, but I think overall...
That's Ronaldo territory.
It's really good. Collectively as a team, they've a lot of questions still to answer.
OK, let's look at the Czech Republic and their chances, Stephanie.
Yeah, I think we touched on it at half-time. I think it was more Soufal and Jankto who were kind of more the creative players. You see here, Jankto comes into the midfield. He's been more out on the left-hand side. It's a great flick for Souček, who gets a good strike but just drags it wide. Again, here it comes out to the right-hand side. It's a little cross into the box. Not dealt with great by Croatia. To keep the ball, work it back out to the left-hand side to Jankto again, who dinks it into the middle and looking for someone to get on the end of it. And it's again a bit scrappy back in by Soufal, and it's a good block in the end by the Croatian defence. But yeah, I think the two of them today were quite good. Obviously Soufal we've picked up there on his slip before the Perisic shot, but I think he was very good going forward at times today. Now,
you know I like a stat, and I have another one for you.
What have you got?
The Czech Republic, and before that Czechoslovakia, they've scored each of their last 24 penalties. Now, that includes a couple of shootouts after missing their first ever kick in 1960. I mean, when you consider half the penalties in this tournament have been missed, that's some stat.
It's a hell of a stat, and today's one was really well taken. What made it even more impressive was that the penalty taker had spent the previous few minutes on the ground with a bloody nose. The decision to give the penalty, I think, is a contentious one. We spoke about it at the time. We spoke about it at half-time. I think it was an incorrect call. VAR got involved, told the referee to come and have a look at the monitor. But a really, really harsh penalty kick. We'll see the footage of it now. I don't know how you can expect anyone, a defender or otherwise, to jump without raising his elbows in some way to help him with the jump, which is exactly what Lovren did. At no point did he intentionally elbow Schick, who's on the ground here. You can clearly see there's contact, you can tell from his face, and then you can see from the footage here there is. Right arm of Lovren does connect with the head of Schick, but it's not intentional, it's not dangerous, it's not deliberate, it's not reckless. It's a really, really poor decision by VAR in this case. But the penalty kick was really well taken. As I said, he's more impressive because he just nursing an injury. And again, to compound things by giving him a booking, you can see why Lovren's complaining. He's explaining what we're all thinking. You cannot jump without doing what he did. And to be given a free kick against you for that is very harsh. But overall, I think the Czech Republic is a really, really good show from them so far. They've done enough now to qualify for the second round. And if England get a positive result later, the game between Czech Republic and England will be to see who wins the group. And then in the next round, we'll play the runner-up of France and Portugal's group, which is likely to be France or Portugal. So yeah, it's a tough road ahead for them.
You've mentioned before that, you mentioned earlier that you've given a few digs and got a few digs in those situations. The notion of a player who, you know, had a bit of a rough and tumble there, you might say, and then standing up to take the penalty.
Yeah, again, because you don't know how dazed you are. It is, I've take plenty of knocks on my nose as well, and plenty of blood come out of it over the years. And it's not automatically assumed you can steady yourself, but a really well taken free kick. It was a ridiculous decision. I think that's the main thing. It was really harsh, but overall I think Czech Republic did enough to deserve a point.
Yeah, because we didn't want that to define the game. We didn't want it to be the talking point in the end. So it's not the biggest talking point because like Croatia did have other chances.
Yeah, they came into it a little bit. I think probably still would like to see a little bit more from Croatia, but I think his first one here to go play down the left from Vardiol. He gets the ball in. It's good from Perisic to try and look to knock it down, but again, it's good defending, and unfortunately Vlasic just gets that shot blocked as it comes in. But a few better chances within the second half, but again, overall, I think you would have expected a little bit more from Croatia. Again, here's another chance. Ball comes in here, it's a flick around the corner, and he does really well, Petrovic, to get it back, kind of to let it go across his body and get the shot off, and in the end the defender gets a good block in. But again, as I said, decent chances, okay chances, but probably not enough, or what we expected maybe from Croatia overall in the game.
And they still have work to do in this group. Then they've got Scotland in their last game of the group.
Exactly. It's going to be a tough game against Scotland as well. Obviously, Scotland have a big game tonight against England. They'll be looking to try and get a result in that, but Croatia have it all to do. They really do in the next game.
They're missing something. I mean, there is talk from the media that there is some unrest among some of the members within the squad. And if that's true, they gave a performance which seemed to suggest that that's influencing their play, because the things we think of when you think of Croatia, the awareness or the technical ability or just the slick passing or the movement all around the pitch, it just wasn't there today. It clearly wasn't there against England. So I don't know what issues are going on, but it's affecting their play. So far they've been a letdown. And Modric, we always talk about him when we talk about Croatia. He didn't really have a huge impact today.
Yeah, I think even, as you say, when you think of Croatia and how they play, he's a huge part of that, and he's usually so calm on the ball. Very rarely loses possession, and a few times there today he got caught in possession.
Quite a few times, yeah.
Yeah, just not aware of who was around him, and whether, I don't know, maybe there's other stuff, as you say, going on, whether he's kind of not fully focused on what's going on the pitch. It's difficult to determine, but yeah, he was caught in possession a few times, which is really unlike him.
Father Time finally catching up on Luka.
Well, it's going to catch up on everyone eventually, but he has shown, like all season, that it doesn't look like it is, but it's not just him. He's the one we most look to, because he's the one at the highest profile. We've seen him reach a standard and maintain it for years, but there are plenty of others around. I think the front five are all kind of substituting in the second half as well. So there are a lot of issues there for them.
Okay, well.